In this video, I'm going to show you a way that you can practice conversation in a new language that you're learning, even if you don't have a conversation partner there with you. I always say conversation is like playing tennis. You usually need a partner for it to feel like you're actually playing. But if you don't have someone to play tennis with, I guess you could find a brick wall and hit the ball against the wall back to yourself, and you somehow get some tennis practice. So this method is like hitting the ball against a wall where you are your own partner. All right. So I've been learning Latin with ChatGPT, and there's two videos we just made and generated 10 questions. I think it's 10. It's close, 10 or so questions. Some beginner, some intermediate, according to ChatGPT. And what I've done is I've written each question on a card, no translation, because if I can't remember what this means, then I have a problem. Okay. So about 10 questions that we generated, and then I've got the answer on the back. So I'm going to go through and more or less show you the deal, and then show you. I mean, you can guess what we're going to do. You can shuffle and basically quiz yourself. So by the way, this is based on the OPI method of it's the military speaking test, oral proficiency interview. The idea is that if you're learning to speak a language, then you have to be able to answer 20 questions in that language, 50, 100 in any question. That's how you can tell if you know a language or not how many words you know or how well you can conjugate verbs on paper, but how well can you answer questions. It's a very simple, and you could say, well, there's so much more. Okay, maybe there's more, but without that, there's nothing. I mean, that's if you can't answer 20 questions in a language, then you can't say that you speak that language, right? So we're putting the horse before the cart, learning how to converse. All right, so this first question, and I'm not going to look at the back, see if I can remember what I've learned. That says, quid est nomen tibi, right? What is name yours, right? Quid est nomen tibi. And if I remember correctly, by the way, just writing this down helped me work it into making the cards in itself was a good exercise. So, nomen mihi toni est. Let's see if I was right. Nomen mihi toni est. All right? I'm still surviving my Latin OPI. The OPI tester says, okay, Tony, et ubi habitas, and shout out to someone who left a comment correcting this. It should say habitas, thank you. Ubi habitas, I don't know the pronunciation. Ubi habitas or ubi habitas? Let's say habitas. Ubi habitas in Chicago habito. In Chicago habito. Still going. Quo modo te sentis hodie? What mode you feel yourself today? How do you feel today? Quo modo te sentis hodie? Bene. Me sentio. Bene me sentio hodie. Bene me sentio hodie. Bene me sentio hodie. Quid agis? Literally, what are you doing? But apparently that means how are you doing? I don't know if that ChatGPT said it. Don't blame me. Our answer was bene sum. Well, I am. Bene sum. Right? Just going through the deck. Onde venis? Where you come from? Where are you from? Onde venis, Tony? Out of Chicago I come. Ex Chicago venio or venio. I don't know if it's venio or venio, but I know it's spelled this way. Ex Chicago venio. Quot annos habes? How many years do you have? Quot annos habes? Quadraginta annos natus sum. Literally 40 years born I am. Quadraginta annos natus sum. All right. Hey, what were you doing yesterday in the afternoon? Quid faciebas heri post meridium? This one's tougher. Not really, but it's kind of more words or something. I don't remember the question even. Quid faciebas? I don't know the pronunciation. Quid faciebas heri post meridium? Now, here's a tip though. Half of the answer is in the question, because I can just say, oh, yesterday afternoon, coffee I was drinking. That was my answer. Okay, so that's a thing. That's a OPI strategy tip. The answer is in the question, or most of it is. Right? So heri post meridium cafeam bibebam. That's the continuous aspect or something, imperfect aspect of the verb drink. Heri post meridium cafeam bibebam. Cafeam bibebam. All right, now we're getting advanced-ish. If money infinite you had, what you buy? If you had infinite money, what would you buy? Si pecuniam infinitam haberet, quid emeres? I said, if I had infinite money, I would buy a private airplane. All right? Si pecuniam infinitam haberet, aeronavam privatam emerem. It's going to take some practice. This is day one. This is day 2 or something. You see what I'm saying? But this is the way to practice. Si pecuniam infinitam haberet, aeronavam privatam emerem. Right? So imagine that comes on an OPI question. We're saying it does. We're practicing as if it does. What city do you like? What city gives you that maximum pleasure? Quae urbs tibi maxime placet. And why? Et cur. I looked. I shouldn't look. All right, so mihi, to me it pleases, like Spanish. Mi piace, me gusta. Mihi placet Chicago. Why? Well, because quia, because muy beautiful it is. Pulcherrima est, quia pulcherrima, bellissima, porque quia pulcherrima est. Okay, so Chicago mihi placet maxime, quia pulcherrima est. Mihi maxime placet Chicago, quia pulcherrima est. And this is the last one. So in this deck, in our so far, quid agere soles cum tempus liberum habes, right? So what you do usually with free time you have. Quid agere soles cum tempus liberum habes? Mihi placet, drawing from the previous one, I like mihi placet. Language learning and language teaching. Linguas discere or discere, I don't know. Linguas discere et linguas docere. All right? So, cum tempus liberum mihi placet linguas discere et mihi placet maxime linguas docere. So look, this is what you do. You can do this with any language. Let ChatGPT generate questions and answers. Learn the structure from the questions and answers, and you quiz yourself as if you're looking to be OPI ready. I'm jokingly saying that I'm ready. I'm looking to be OPI ready for my Latin OPI.